Hi guys, welcome back. Episode 2 of the 220 Somethings podcast. I bet you were all thinking that we're going to do one and just give it a bye, but no, we are back to annoy you all. Episode number 2, the return. Today's topic of discussion. Last time we did an introduction. This time we have a topic. We are going to talk about fitness myths. So we're going to try our best to... Well, not try our best. We are going to debunk fitness myths.
We're going to be debunking some fitness bullshit.
In the Christmas spirit, as you can see, I've supplied me and Sky with a little bit of Christmas.
I didn't get the Christmas jumper memo because I'm hot.
Wait, can we all see mine? It says
get stuffed, bro.
It says get stuffed.
And Ben is making me wear this hat. But anyway,
we'll wait it for like a couple minutes,
okay,
and then you can take it off because you just got your hair done.
I did just get my hair done. Shout out to my hairdresser.
There you go.
Emma Gorman at Eagle Hair and Beauty. So yeah. Now that I've got my first shout out the way, I just want to put a disclaimer out there as well that I'm not feeling very well today, so if I'm sniffling on the mic then I do apologise. I know It's not the nicest to listen to.
Sky's an absolute trooper. She was thinking about cancelling, but she's pulled through. She pulled through for the boys. She knew that all the fans were waiting, and she knew that all the fans were, desperate to see episode 2 after the first one. So
nothing a full face of makeup can't fix.
Exactly. I took the same memo, obviously, as well. I just went for a wee bit of blush. Kept it minimum.
A wee bit of blush and some Vaseline.
A wee bit of blush and some from my chapped lips. So yeah, today's episode is going to be based on debunking fitness myths.
Yep. I'm also not being rude as well. I've just got some notes on my phone today.
Yes,
but
about fitness myths.
They're still type B notes because we did plan them in the car on the way up here.
Yeah, we had a general idea of what the theme was going to be, but we didn't actually have any sort of questions prepared until we were in the car driving up here.
And I did say that I am slightly warming to the idea of being a bit more type B.
Yes.
I feel like, diamonds are made under pressure. And we were just banging these ideas out, sipping Monster, rapping to Nicki Minaj on the way here.
Yep.
And we've got some good ideas to discuss.
What's it called? Flow state?
Flow state.
Flow state.
I was actually panicking because I didn't know what lane to be in and Ben wasn't paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention.
Anyway,
I was too busy chat GBT and fitness
I'm going to lose my job.
I know, yeah.
Also, on that note, do you like our new logo?
Oh yeah, the logo. This is the official logo of the podcast. Let us know what you think. If you think it's shite, be honest. If you quite like it, because it's quite minimal but effective.
Yeah, we wanted to keep it pretty simple, but obviously my thing is pink and Ben's thing is
flames.
Flame emoji. So we did a little combo of both, and this is what we came up with. Simple yet effective.
Exactly. Merchandise dropping soon. No, I'm joking.
You can organise that.
There's actually nothing planned for merch, to be fair, but you never know. But this could take off, and then all of a sudden we're the next Gymshark.
Yeah. As well, just thanks to everyone who watched the first episode. We had some good feedback on that. Constructive criticism only, though, please, because I will cry. But yeah,
we didn't get any bad.
No, it was just look at
fair.
the camera more. But where we're sitting, there's quite a lot of different cameras, so I'm still trying to figure out where I should look. And also, I'm trying not to look as bored when Ben is talking, because he does just talk for a very long time.
Cheeky. Yeah, there's a camera. So this is the main camera. This is the one that you're watching from right now for the actual video. And then we've got these cameras over here, which are obviously for short content. So sometimes it's a bit overstimulating trying to decide where to look for what point you're making. But that was, to be fair, the only thing we really got. Off the back of the last podcast, we actually got a lot of positive feedback talking about how everybody thought it was quite informative, but also entertaining. So obviously off the back of that, that's fluffed our egos up a wee bit, and we thought, right, we're filming a second episode.
Yours didn't need fluffed up anymore.
Oh, my ego's already sky. Well, no, I don't know.
It'll probably be down pretty low after you see pictures of yourself in that outfit.
When I see the video footage back of this, and I look at me in this, I'll be like, oh, looking a bit fluffy there, Benji.
Yeah. So obviously we said on the first episode, you would have heard me say that the industry is saturated, but it is saturated with a lot of shite, right? And as coaches, day to day, we come across excuses, kinda, but also people who just aren't aware of the truth. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I forgot what I was trying to say.
Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from. So, we experience a lot of almost white lying in the fitness industry.
But some people aren't even aware that they're doing it.
It's harmless. It's harmless because at the end of the day, most of the time, if it's a client that's lying, then the only person that they're, potentially damaging or doing wrong is themselves, which most of the time they understand that as well.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that. Some people are just kind of like, don't really care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So if you hear anything today that really resonates with you, then we hope you can go away, think on that. But if you also hear something today that you're like, oh, that's a little bit of me, oh, that's a bit of a boot in the balls, then we hope you learn something from that as well.
Yeah, this is your reminder that there's probably a lot of people that do the exact same thing. Even us, we've done probably some of the same stuff that we'll chat about, or we've maybe went through some of the stuff that we've spoke about today. So I mean, everybody has this period of their life where they don't really have the correct information, and maybe they will get sucked into the black hole of fitness myths,
TikTok, all that shit, influencers.
Honestly, when I first started like training, there was so many things I used to see, and it was like I would have a house party the next day, and it'd be like, here's how to get a six pack in one night, and I'd be sitting up for like 30 minutes doing like a 30-minute ab routine.
This one will hit home for the girlies who grew up a little bit crazy. But you would do like sit-ups on your bedroom floor, and you'd hear someone coming up the stairs, and you'd just sit in your bed as if you weren't doing sit-ups because you didn't want anyone to think you're crazy. And then your mum would come in your room and be like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'll have that for my dinner. Yeah.
I've got videos on my camera roll. I actually, to be fair, I was thinking I could put them up, but I would never do that. No, I would never do that. Where I'm sitting and I'm like listening to music, and I used to have one of those like decline benches, and that's all I had. And it's just me sitting like doing sit-ups, and I'm sitting like touching my midsection, being like, yeah, as if like I'm doing something here. But realistically, all I did was abs, and that was it.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
How's that working out for you?
And also, not too great now. I'm not going to get my belly out because nobody wants to see that, but I'm peak off season, so the six pack's probably well and truly gone by now.
Abs are made in the kitchen.
But do you know what? At the end of the day, abs are overrated. I'm not going to lie. Abs are extremely overrated. Like, yeah, they're cool, but realistically, if you're doing them to show other people, nobody cares.
It took me 27 weeks to get abs, and it took me 4 weeks to lose them.
And then when you had them as well, you would not shut up about having abs. Every single Instagram post was like, right, take a photo. And it was like, get the lighting. Do you remember in Wolverhampton? And you were literally sitting in the corner of the room with like a what's it called, the ring light, and it was like, great enough, turn it around at this angle, and you're like, Ben,
yeah, well, if you'd grafted your arse off for 28 weeks, you'd be the same as well.
Oh no, absolutely, but I just thought it was funny because I just never saw you like that before.
Well,
but rightfully so, again, you put in an absolute graft.
Exactly.
And the thing is as well, see, when you're doing something like that, it's not obviously going to be a sustainable thing to keep up for a long time, so you got to document the shit out of it.
Very true.
I've got way too many photos and videos of when I did my photo shoot prep, and sometimes it'll be like Friday night, I'm bored and I'm just like, reminiscing through my camera. I'm like, I kind of miss them, but then I'm
prep
like,
files.
Nah, give us a pizza.
Give us a pizza.
Exactly.
Yeah, so before we get into like kind of debunking the myths, I just want to start off by saying that I was that client. I was the believing my own bullshitter, and I suppose it's taught me that you can't kid a kidder. When my clients say things to these things to me now, like, I can see right through them. So I would say that I was sticking to my calories and wondering why I wasn't making any progress, or I would maybe stick to my calories on MyFitnessPal, but I wouldn't necessarily track the biscuit or the packet or weigh out the sauce or the cheese, and the list goes on, to be honest. But why are you laughing?
I'm sorry, I was keeping my laughing so much there. See, because we're now getting on to serious comfort, I can't take you serious wearing that hat. I'm thinking, do we take them off now? Do we?
I don't know what I look
like. Well, I don't know, like there's bits there. But I'm thinking
I might keep mine on for a bit. I'm kind of enjoying it.
I'm taking mine off, but it's just because you were like really getting into it, and I just kept looking up at the hat. And I was thinking, okay, this is going to be a great clip.
Yeah.
Right. No, but what you were saying was absolutely spot on. There is many people who they'll get to the end of the week and they go, I don't know why I've not dropped weight, but all the calories that they've tracked is excluding like the butter, the sauces, that wee bit of extra cheese that they thought wouldn't harm them. You know what I mean? Cups of tea. Like, at the time, it won't do much damage, but it accumulates out throughout the day or throughout the week. Do you know what I mean? Like, an extra 2 cups of tea you never track for, along with an extra 15 grams of Pyrenees, do you know what I mean? Or garlic mayo or something like that. Yeah. Pyrenees. Oh, have I said this wrong? Have I?
I feel like you've said it right, but no one says Pyrenees.
What'd you say then?
Pyrenees.
Pyrenees. There's no I. It's not a piss, it's a pe.
Oh well.
Did you say peri peri or peri peri? Oh.
Peri.
It's peri. Oh, it's peri peri. Okay, I hold my hands up. I've messed up there. But yeah, it'll accumulate. So like 2 cups of tea 20 grams of Pyrenees, a wee celebration. Do you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
could easily equate to an extra 200-300 calories, which will put you up to maintenance for the
And
day.
listen,
So
it is December. We're well aware there's going to be extra snacks kicking about, extra meals out with your pals and stuff like that. And we're not here to say don't enjoy those things. Like I say to all my clients, Christmas only happens once a year, so you've got to go and enjoy it. And like, body fat comes and goes, but memories last forever. So what we're saying today doesn't necessarily apply to Christmas or like the month of December, because I fucking hate advice from fitness influencers online in December. It just drives me insane. I find it very overwhelming, unrealistic, and I've actually just found it hard to make my own content this month, to be honest, because I don't want it to get lost in amongst the bullshit.
well, the biggest one right now is obviously it's on our list as well, is the advent calendar malarkey. Like coaches telling people not to get an advent calendar at Christmas time if they're in a diet.
Don't anger me.
Ridiculous. I'm setting you off.
You've lit a
You were
fire
like,
in
I'm
me.
not going to talk at a high volume because my throat's a wee bit sore.
I know.
Nah.
I feel absolutely fine now. I'm ready for war.
Aye.
But yeah, your advent
it's ridiculous.
calendar. Come on. If you've got a coach who even tries to get you to track your advent calendar, or tells you not to have one at all,
Realistically, how many calories are in
Red
a
flag.
tiny bit of
Red
chocolate?
flag.
How many calories are in a tiny bit of
60,
chocolate?
60 to be precise, 60 to 80. If you've got
Like,
a Lindor calendar.
I might be stepping out a wee bit here, but surely even if you're on like a bodybuilding prep, you could probably still have that one wee bit of chocolate. No?
Oh.
One wee bit?
Yeah, but you've got to do all of the little 1%. Imagine stepping on stage and you're not as shredded as you could be because you ate
Well,
your
and then you
advent
think back,
calendar every day.
good point, but then I'm also, I'm just thinking, I'm like, it's one tiny, like, they're totally,
Yeah, I agree.
like, me as a natural, like, I love food, fat boy, I'm like, give me a bigger bit of chocolate, that's totally,
Yeah, we're obviously not talking about bodybuilders here. We're talking about normal people.
Yes.
Like we are. Bodybuilder me, she's gone. She'll be back.
She
but,
gone.
but for now, she's
in
gone.
she's in the past.
So yeah, it's a tiny bit of chocolate, right? And you can't have feelings around. I'm sick.
Any excuse, I'm sick.
You can't have feelings of guilt
Is that why I
around
drove
one
like that?
tiny bit of chocolate. So if you do have a coach who's trying to get you to track your chocolate or not eat it at all, sack them off and buy yourself a new coach and another advent calendar because you deserve it.
Rightfully so.
Yes.
It is a total bit of chocolate. It is not going to offset your progress that much if you're just an average gym goer.
Exactly. So, will we get into some of these bullet points
Yes,
we've got
let's do
noted
some
down?
of the fitness myths. So, fitness myths, we're debunking them.
Okay, so we'll start off with the classic. Carbohydrates make you fat. Carbohydrates cause weight gain.
Can I just say, I really apologise for the amount of eye rolls I'm probably going to pull off, because every time that you say, I keep forgetting we've wrote down the list, and every time you say
Yeah,
one
these
so far,
aren't
I'm
these
like,
aren't my opinions.
I'm like, here we go. So carbohydrates make you fat.
Yep.
Yeah, ridiculous, innit? It's like, I mean, I feel this is one that isn't as popular these days.
Definitely
as
not
what
as
it was in the
popular.
past.
But you do still get, oh, I had pasta for my dinner last night. Oh, I had bread with my dinner. Like, and now I'm feeling like really bloated. I've fucked it. Like, blah, blah, blah. I'm feeling
Yep.
fat. And yes, you're right. Carbohydrates may make you hold slightly more water because that's what they do. For every gram of carbohydrate you have, it can make you hold up 2
To
to 4.
four. It's 4 grams
2
of
to
water,
4. Yeah. So when you do eat off plan, or when you do have a meal that's higher in carbohydrates and you wake up looking a little bit softer the next day, that is because it's fact you are looking a little bit softer, but it doesn't mean you've gained any weight, or it doesn't mean you've gained actual body fat. Like if you think about it, if you were to eat fuck all, you've got fuck all sitting in your stomach, therefore it weighs nothing. If you were to eat a burger or a pizza or something that has physical weight to it, that food's obviously going to make you weigh more because it's sitting in your stomach before it digests. So yes, if you eat excess carbs, it's going to take you a little bit longer to digest it, but no, it's not going to make you fat, and no, it's not going to make you gain any weight.
Yeah, realistically, the best thing to understand with all this malarkey is calories are calories. Calories are energy. Yeah. So whether you eat, say your maintenance is 2,000 calories, whether you eat 2,000 calories of clean, healthy food compared to 2,000 calories of McDonald's, calories are calories. You know what I mean? Your body's going to digest them slightly differently, but it is the exact same amount. It's the exact same quantity of food. Yeah. The only difference is obviously, as you said about carbohydrate intake, you will wake up the next day feeling maybe a wee bit heavier, or actually being scale weight heavier because you've ate maybe an extra 200 to 300 grams of carbs more than what you're used to. So therefore, that could easily be an extra 700 grams of water you're holding on to. You know what I mean? So that's a 0.7 jump right there. a bit of bloatedness, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, for actual fat loss and fat gain, there's no difference.
Yeah.
Calories are calories.
Calories are calories, but when you eat shit, you feel like shit. When
Exactly.
you eat good, you feel good.
I need to stay away from McDonald's. Like,
Are you going for a wee drive-through phase?
what?
A wee drive-through phase?
No, I mean, like, as in, I need to stay away from Mackey's. I mean, we won't talk about the one after the staff night out.
We're not talking about staff night out.
No, we're not talking about staff night out, definitely not. But what I will say is, after the staff night out, we did get a McDonald's.
We got a McDonald's, and if he was really a true friend, he wouldn't have ordered me a plain double cheeseburger, because if you even follow me on Instagram, you know that I love pickles.
You love rabbit
Pickled
food.
onions.
You just love
I
rabbit,
love
smelly
salad.
rabbit food.
Oh, sorry. Pickled onions, pickled eggs, pink pickles,
Aye.
gherkins,
Pickle
and
your
this
bread
man
and Sky
orders
Lura.
me a plain double
I'm
cheeseburger.
surprised you don't eat pickled cereal at this point. Like, genuinely, everyone you eats pickled.
It's so good.
Genuinely, you're going to turn into a
Mark
pickle.
loves it.
You're going to turn into a pickle. But Mackey's, like, if I want like a you know, an off-plan meal, I won't do Mackey's, because generally
Please
I
don't.
feel terrible the next day. Like, I start breaking out in spots. I feel so low in energy. Like, I do look dead fluffy. I just feel terrible. Like, my skin just feels dead oily
I hardly
and all
ever
that.
eat McDonald's.
Like, I'd rather just go for like a Five Guys.
Well,
or
I'm
a
very
Domino's even.
specific about my off-plan meals after prep. Like,
Yeah.
see, when you don't have them for so long, like, see if I wasted calories on a McDonald's, like, it looks like shit. It comes to you looking like shit.
Yeah.
You open it, it's all over the box. You eat it, you feel like shit, and then you're hungry 30 minutes later.
Exactly.
So I'm precious about my off-plan meals, and I always give my clients grief if they've put in their check-in they had a McDonald's. Not because they had a McDonald's, just because it was a
Just
shit
get something.
choice.
Yeah, just get something else, because at the end of the day, as you said, you're going to eat it and still feel hungry.
Yeah.
Like, your body finds no macro or micro, like, benefit from that
Yeah.
food, so therefore it's going to bring it in, notice there's nothing
Yeah.
there it wants to keep, and just fire it straight back out. Sorry to be prude, but it will. Like, so therefore at the end of the day,
Poo poo.
oh, sorry, Tony.
Jobby.
We did say in the first episode we're both a fan of poo, jobby, and
Yeah, we are.
bum talk. Aye, but
That's not for today.
No, that's
We're
not for
past
today.
that.
Well, subtle. We'll hint towards it. But yeah, no, I need to stay away. I'd rather just either go to a restaurant or
Yeah.
cook something a bit,
Yeah.
you know, different. But I feel terrible after McDonald's.
See, just when you look at McDonald's as well, like, see a burger or a chicken nugget, what meat actually even is that?
Unless you've had a couple glasses of
What
Malbec
meat
and
is
I think
that?
gin venom for.
See, when I first started getting into the gym as well, do you know what I thought was like the coolest, healthiest thing ever? I would go to McDonald's and I would get chicken nuggets and I would track them in my calories and I would have them in a salad and I would sit and eat it and think this is the most amazing
No
thing ever.
way.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I did when I was first starting out was I remember seeing again a TikTok. Somebody was like, "Oh, chicken meals from McDonald's are like the most cheat code thing for a gym bro ever. Like, get 4 chicken meals, it only costs you £4, and you can get like 50 grams of protein." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Fucking deal." But
Whilst we're on the topic of McDonald's, something I also hear regularly is I didn't have time to cook my meals, so I slipped and fell into a 20 chicken nugget box. Come on.
I know the amount of folk that slip and fell into chicken nuggets is crazy.
I slipped and fell into cold pizza the next day, slipped and fell into a doner kebab.
Oh, you can't beat a cold pizza. though.
That's true. But yeah, like,
But yeah, no, don't do it.
you do have time to prep your meals. You do have time to go to the gym. Like, again, very aware we don't all have the same 24 hours in the day. Like, especially when it comes to people who are parents, single parents, or if you've got someone who depends on you, if it's your job to look after someone. We're not talking about these people. We're well aware that this is our job. We don't have any kids. But can you actually find 25 minutes on a Sunday to cook up a portion of your protein to then have over the course of the next 3 days? Probably. Could you really sit down and find a few times where you could spend 45 minutes to an hour in the gym? Yes, you can, because your screen time is 6 hours a day. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, there is always time. It really just depends on the person of is like to whether they're willing to sacrifice that
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean? And it's not even a case of sacrificing. You really don't need to make sacrifices at all. Even if, like, for example, going to the gym, it is a case of getting up a wee bit earlier, going to the gym before work. If you have to do it because you really, really, really feel desperately towards making progress, then you would do it.
Yeah.
I always say if you know you want to do something but you don't take action on it, you don't really want it.
Yeah.
Like that
it comes
bad.
back down to, do your actions align with your goals? Like,
Exactly.
say, for example, I had the goal of stepping on stage. Does sitting on my arse, eating McDonald's, not getting my cardio done, sitting there thinking, oh, I wish I could, does that get it done? Does that align with that goal? no, it didn't. Like, it did look like a lot of early mornings, a lot of late nights, cardio sessions I didn't want to do, salads that I didn't want to eat, because that is the actions that aligned with the goal to get me there. So I always say that to my clients. Like, if they're like, oh, I don't have time, or I chose to do this or that, blah, 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 I'm like, do these actions actually align with the goal that you're telling me you want to achieve?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
At the end of the day as well, sometimes I think people forget as well, is like, it was your idea.
Yeah.
People come to work with a coach because they're like, I want to achieve this, I want to do this, I want to do that. You tell them how to do it and then they don't do it and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's just too hard. I'm like, well, it was your idea. You came
Yeah.
to me saying you want to achieve something. I've gave you the tools and you've not used them. So therefore, what else do you want me to do? You can take a horse to water, we can't teach it how to drink.
Yeah, coaching isn't even a thing. Coaching doesn't work unless you do the work. And I say this to my clients all the time as well. Like, the relationship I have with them is a democracy. It's not a dictatorship. So if I was to make a change to their training plan or maybe their food plan, I would always ask their opinion on it.
Yeah.
I would always ask if it works for them right now or how their hunger levels are before I give them a food drop. Because if they're already hungry, then there's no point in me making them even hungrier. Or maybe they've got exams at uni. Like, there's no point in me asking them to spend more time in the gym getting cardio done if it doesn't currently work around their life. But I can sit here and give them the meal plan, give them the training plan, give them a text to say, have you got your shit done? But if they're not actually going out and doing it, then you're not going to get the results.
Yeah, and that is a bit of a kick in the stones as well. Like, as in, if you are a coach that does take that approach, because there's not many of them these days. There is a lot of kind of hardcore coaches that will just be like, no, that's what you're doing
Yeah.
it. Which obviously, again, that's maybe delving into a bit more of the competitive bodybuilding side of it, which I totally understand. At the end of the day, it's a sport, but there's a lot of coaches that will just be like, no, this is final, you do that and then this is what you
Yeah.
do. But if you are willing to work around it and kind of mould around their lifestyle and their kind of personality and stuff, then they turn around and after you've made these adaptations and changes and they don't do it, you're a bit like, come on,
Yeah.
I've worked with you here, I gave you an option and then therefore we've made some changes so that it suits you way better. We've both discussed that it will suit you better and then there's just no return there. It's a bit of a kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
like what was that all for? But again, it is your choice. Like, as in, if you want to do something, I tell you how to do it and you don't do it, beats me. That's your option. You know what I mean?
Okay, so the next note I've got down might hit a lot of people in the fields, might hit the gals in the fields.
Oh.
But I can't lose weight or I can't stay on track because of my boyfriend. What are you going to say about that?
Don't know, what am I going to say?
I don't know.
I don't know. Is this you calling me out because I'm
Oh, you got a girlfriend?
because I'm recently a boyfriend? Is this what we're saying here?
No, I just wondered if you had any opinions on it before I spoke my opinion on it.
No, I can't really speak on it to be
No?
fair because I've never been in the position
Have
where.
you ever had any female clients say that to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've said they've said to me before that they've definitely struggled because they want to enjoy dinner with their man and stuff like that. And again, at the end of the day, it does kind of tie into what we just spoke about. I'm like, well, it's your choice. Like, I've had clients do photo shoots and they're like, oh, but like my man's made me dinner or he's made dinner, it looks really nice and I just wanted to do that. Is there any way you can fit that in your calories? I'm like, mate, he's made a 1,100 calorie portion of Cajun chicken pasta. I was like, your calories are 1,700. There's no chance, like, you're going to be starving all day. It's just not going to work. Let's maybe make some adaptations. But
What would be your wife me meal?
my what?
Well, your husband meal. So it's like you would make it for your partner in order to get them to propose to you.
My partner, my new partner. I would make it so they propose to me.
Yeah, so you would make this and then they would love it so much that they would propose to you.
Whatever their favourite dish is.
No, it's like marry me chicken. Have you not seen it on TikTok?
No, surely if you want them to marry you, just make them their favourite meal.
Okay.
Like whatever their favourite meal is, you make it like randomly and just be like, surprise.
I would just get Mark to make me my dinner because
Well, he
that's
does
what
that
he always
anyway.
does.
Well, he does that
and
anyway.
Expect a ring anyway.
He does that anyway. There's been hints recently, by the way. There has been hints
It's
about
just
a
that
ring.
song. I would like a ring. I would like a ring.
That'll die away and then you'll forget about getting married.
Yeah, I don't actually.
Until I bring it up and I go, so Mark, when you... Oh, by the way, just wait to the episode where Sky's like, so, like putting your hand over.
I'm kidding on. I can't change my name anyway. Sky G Fit forever.
Yeah. So what's your opinion on it? Because obviously I'm coming at it from the boyfriend situation. I mean, me personally, as a boyfriend, I've never, been in a position to turn around and try and steal them away from the plan
so there's
or
a couple of
anything like
different
that.
perspectives on it, right? If you're in a new relationship, like I get it, you want to do fun things, you want to go to the cinema, you why are you laughing?
You're calling me. You're calling
if
me
you're
out
in a
here.
new relationship,
You're calling me out here.
you want to do fun things, you want to go out for meals, you want to spend time together. So
No.
like I do get that side of things.
No, we just sit and eat chicken and rice.
Yeah. Just to make my client go off plan again.
Oh, geez.
Right, let's get back to the
Aye,
podcast.
sorry, we're talking to the podcast.
So,
aye.
yeah, in that sense, I get it, right? But I suppose as well, it's a little bit of a tough one for me to comment on because my partner has always been supportive. Like, if I want to get a takeaway, then he's all for it. But if I need my chicken and rice cooked, he's also all for it. So I do think that when you start a fitness journey, it's important to let those around you know what you're doing. Like, set some boundaries in place because, again, it adds a little bit of accountability. Like, if you slip up, then they're all going to call you out on it. But that being said as well, if they know that you're doing it, they're less likely to offer you chocolate. They're less likely to put a bit of peer pressure on you. So you can always do that in that sense, kind of create some boundaries and just fingers crossed that you've got a supportive partner. But see if you don't, punch them in the throat.
Yeah, if it is a supportive partner, I think personally it's also the responsibility of the female to basically say, like, as in I can definitely picture there's some people out there who would come home and be like that, oh, I've got this in my meal plan, but I really just fancy getting a wee thingy.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, especially if you're terrified for your girlfriend, the guy's not going to turn around and go like that. No, you need to eat your meal. She'll be like, what, you call me fat? What, you call me fat?
We've all been there.
Yeah, exactly, but
Do you think
that
I look
is something
fat?
where
You say no. You don't even look me up and down. You just say no. No, baby, you look stunning.
I just don't say anything. I just go,
You don't say anything. You don't say
no, of course
you
I say
look-
something.
You look amazing.
I do. I say it all the time.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I personally, I feel like I can imagine a lot of situations where they come home and they're like, oh yeah, I meant to be having this for dinner, but I'm like, oh, I might just have like a cheeky
Because
takeaway.
also-
At the end of the day, they're not going to turn and go, ah, no, eat your meal plan, because then they will be like, oh.
Yeah, because boys can eat, and they have a metabolism that allows them to not gain as much fat as girls do. Usually.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time they can eat a lot, and we try and keep up with them, and then
It definitely helps having someone, it doesn't mean you need to, but a partner who is involved in like a fitness journey themselves, because they will understand the full macro thing. Like, it's the same as almost like having like parents who don't understand. Like, you go home from the gym, and if you still live at home and you're like a young, adult.
creatine is a classy drug.
Oh my god, yeah. No, I never had that actually, but I've had multiple mates who had that situation. Like, I don't think you should be putting this stuff in your body.
Yeah.
I was like, that's crazy. But like going home and I'd be like, right, okay, I'm on my fitness journey. My mum's made like the dirtiest bowl of like carbonara ever, and I'm just like, oh, can I say no to that? And she's like, oh, you're not gonna eat it? I was like, oh, get out, my mum's food go to waste. I'm trying to lose weight, but.
You know
So
how
it's
I
the same
said that my
situation.
dad's a really good cook as well?
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
I know he is. The sausage
so
rolls he made for your
the
thing
sausage
are
rolls,
amazing. They were so good.
Dad's sausage rolls. But like I remember he even tried to what's the word I'm looking for? He tried to get on board with it, and he was like, do you want me to cook you up something nice and healthy? And I was like, yeah, Dad, can you just cook me up a chicken breast? Like, and I'll have it with whatever when I get in. And I got home, and there was a chicken breast the size of this microphone sitting. It was about 400 grams of chicken breast, and I bit into it, and honestly, it was the best chicken breast I'd ever had. And I was sitting there thinking, what the fuck has he put on this? It is definitely not
coated it in,
just
like,
Nando's seasoning for
hundreds
the
of olive
cupboard.
oil,
Yeah.
hundreds of seasoning, yeah.
Yeah, so at least he was trying to be supportive in that sense, but I don't know what was on it. And just to go back to the original point before we go off on a tangent again, like at the end of the day, I get that you're in a relationship, and I get that sometimes as a couple you have to run things by each other, but you're an adult. Like, no
Yep.
one, well, I bloody hope he or she is not forcing chicken nuggets down your throat, but you can just say no. And we've obviously just got to hope that they're supportive enough to respect the journey
They
that
should
you're on.
be, because
Yeah.
if the shoe was on the left foot, it should be the same way
If they're
as
not,
well.
you call me.
Yeah, I agree. What was the next
Okay,
one?
back on the list. On the list.
These are good so far.
They are good.
I'm saying that as if we didn't write them. I'm like, oh wow, who came up with these questions?
Okay, this is a good one as well.
Okay.
Let me just give us a time check. We've not got long. Okay, so methods of fat loss within the fitness industry. So the different routes that someone might take to lose fat, and what we think they actually are.
So with this, we have, subheadings. We have keto. We have carnivore. We have fasting.
We've got some carrying options in there as well.
We've got
like
Slimming World,
Weight Watchers.
Oh, don't even get me started. The only good thing that Weight Watchers has ever produced is the Weight Watchers wraps you get in Tesco, because they're 100 calories.
Sounds right.
No, they're good. They're good wraps, to be fair. When you're dieting, they're pretty ideal. But yeah, we're talking about these subheadings of, people finding, again, probably an Instagram reel of someone talking about how keto is going to help you lose fat around your belly, or a carnivore diet's going to help de-bloat your face, or we've got, what was the other one again? Fasting.
Yep.
Fasting's going to help you lose weight. All of these are a simple form or a simple fix, which are all just a calorie deficit.
Calorie deficit.
Again, like we spoke about earlier on, calories in, calories out, and calories is, a scientifically backed up. What's the word I'm looking for?
I thought I was going to bark there, sorry.
Yeah, it is like the be all or end all, like as in calories in, calories out, as
Like, I'm going to look at the camera when I say this to you. There is no other way to lose scale weight or body fat without being in a calorie deficit.
Correct.
Whatever you want to call it, keto, Slimming World, carnivore diet, low carb, all methods of putting your body in a calorie deficit.
Exactly. Keto, no carbs. Carbohydrates store a lot of calories most of the time. Most of our carby foods have a lot of calories, especially for the portion size we want. Like, as in, if we're having a bowl of pasta, you don't want just a shitty bowl of pasta. You want like a good healthy portion. So by you cutting out carbohydrates from your dinner and having just a protein source and a fat source, you've saved yourself a potential 400 calories, which throughout 3 meals has put you into a calorie deficit. Carnivore, same idea. You're cutting out, some carbohydrates. You're filling yourself up because protein's a satiating macronutrient. So therefore, you're eating a good chunk of food, but also you're not really feeling the need to snack because you're feeling, satisfied from your meals. You're quite full. Again, because you're full, you're eating less calories. So therefore, calorie deficit. You've also got, what was the other one?
Slimming World, what you got to say about that?
Slimming World. I'll do the fasting one. You can talk about Slimming World because I feel like you've got something to say about it.
Got anger.
The fasting, same again. If you're shortening your eating window for the day, once you've ate a meal, you're going to have to give yourself a bit of time to free up a bit of space, digest the food. You're shortening your eating window, so therefore you're probably going to. I know. You're shortening your eating window. You're shortening your eating window, so therefore you're probably going to be, less likely to be able to consume over your maintenance or your maintenance calories. Again, putting you into a calorie deficit. So all of these are fancy ways of basically just putting you into a calorie deficit, but because they have a name and because they are a little bit different from your norm, and because you don't need to do the kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, the annoying things like track your calories and follow a meal plan, people are drawn to it and they see it and they go, oh, I want to try that. But again, at the end of the day, it is just a calorie deficit.
We're also not saying that any of these methods are wrong. Like, see if they work for you, then do them. But some of them do tend to be restrictive. Some of them do tend to cut out certain food groups. Some of them do tend to deem foods as good and bad, and that's just, you can include everything. You don't need to restrict everything, and that takes you on to the likes of like Slimming World and Weight Watchers. Like, no one's weight is ever going to be accurate if you're asked to stand on a scale fully clothed with your shoes on at 4 p.m. in the afternoon after you've ate 3 meals, right? In a group of people where you get a little bit embarrassed when you've been told that you've not lost any weight this week, and then you head over to Slimming World, which is the other weird fuckery. Like, oh, sorry, I got too angry there.
I know. Well, you let yourself cool down.
No, I'm calm. I'm not done.
You got this? Okay.
Yeah. And over at Slimming World, they really like to deem foods as good and bad. So bad that they even call them sins. Like, they've got very strange rules that, what's the one about a banana? So you can eat a mashed banana, but you can't eat a whole banana because a whole banana is a sin, but mashed is not a sin.
You can put mashed bananas in recipes like pancake, local like
wait, I'll put it in my mouth
recipes.
And eat it. No,
exactly. There's so many silly things like that, to be fair. Going back to your point about, we're not saying anything wrong, I'm going to say it.
Oh.
I'm just going to say it.
Man's got tea.
The only one of the 3 that I spoke about that I would say isn't wrong is the fasting. I would say keto and carnivore are wrong.
Bold.
We should not be cutting out any food group. We shouldn't. At the end of the day, we have macro groups for a reason.
Yep.
We should be having, at least a little bit of each of them. They all serve a purpose. You know what I mean? They are all beneficial to our body. Our body digests them into micronutrients. They find value in them. They store them. They keep them. They use them for a purpose. So by us cutting out one of them completely, they were just harming our body. We're just damaging our body. And most of the times as well, I'll say it as well because I want people to understand the harmful kind of backlash off the back of these things, like keto especially. I see a lot of people who do keto and they maybe do it for, let's say, a month, and they drop a good bit of weight because, again, they're in a calorie deficit, probably an extreme calorie deficit. And then off the back of it, they are absolutely knackered. They have no energy. Even things like they're sleeping terrible, they're breaking out, their training sessions are terrible, their sex drive is all over the gaff. So therefore, off the back of that, they're going to rebound and probably rebound way worse than what they were before when they started. So even that process of it itself is harmful. I mean, we want to be on just a steady incline or a steady decline, whether it be weight gain or weight loss. But these things are just completely messing up our system. Do you know what I mean? And there's also a lot of hormonal things that come into kind of facts with that as well that can have a massive effect as well. So I believe that keto and carnivore, I'm saying it, are wrong.
I was just trying to keep the viewers engaged. Like, if you do keto, keep watching.
If you do keto, if
you do keto, please take something away from this podcast.
If you do
and
keto,
we hope you come back.
Yeah. If you do keto, I'm just putting it down to the fact that you're uneducated. That's quite a statement to make. But if you do keto, I would personally recommend that you don't.
Getting coached by Ben.
Yeah. If you get coached by me, I'm never going to have you doing carnivore or keto. However, fasting, I would say, potentially serves a purpose.
Yep.
Like, as in, I don't see too much harm by maybe having an eating window between, let's say, you maybe skip your breakfast till 11 o'clock and then you cut off your meals between 8 o'clock.
I say to my clients, like, your calories are your calories.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit how you use them or when you eat them. Of course, if you're a little bit more advanced with your training, your pre and post workout meals are going to be very important. You want to structure your food with the majority of calories and higher carbohydrates around your training window, your protein for recovery. But your calories are your calories. I don't care if you're not hungry in the morning. Like, some people just aren't. I don't care if you want to have a big burger and a pizza for your lunch. You're not, but I am.
No, I'm not hungry in the morning. Yeah. Like, I need to give myself like 2 hours and then I get starving.
You're not on this planet in the morning.
No, I'm not.
You're a moody guy.
No, right. So
in work, you're just moody.
No, I'm not moody at all. Let's cancel this stigma. I have someone that can vouch for this as well, who sees me a lot in the morning. Yeah, and they said, actually, they were like, I don't really get what this guy's talking about, to be fair. Like, I don't think you're moody at all in the morning.
It's because
and
now,
that's when I've just woke up.
Now you're a morning person.
My routine's a whole lot better now.
Exactly.
Thanks to my partner, my routine is a whole lot better. Yeah, thanks to my partner.
Man's got a 7 a.m. client, he's running in with wet hair at 7:02.
No, that was the old me. Whereas now, yeah, I have a...
There you go, they've made you a better person.
They've made me a lot of a better person. Yeah, definitely. But yeah.
Okay, shoot. We've got time for one more. Let's finish strongly with being toned. I want to be toned. Get me toned.
Can we start with the definition? Mm-hmm. So, again, the first thing that should explain it that you need to understand, tone doesn't mean to be toned as in like low body fat, like have a six pack and have definition. Muscle tone means the density of the muscle.
Yep.
Yeah, that is the definition of muscle tone. So when people say toned, automatically I know that's not what they're talking about. Yeah. Unless it's someone who is advanced and they are talking about, they understand the difference. But
the
tone
PCA
of the muscle.
toned figure, Yorkshire 2025 champ.
You should rock the trophy.
I know I should, but I've broke it like 3 times.
I'm going to bring my trophy when I win it all. No, I'm joking. But the definition of muscle tone is the density of the muscle. Yeah. So when people talk about tone, first off, they actually don't have the correct word and they don't really understand what it is they're actually looking for.
I think a lot of people who use the word toned are also referring to how women with muscle looked about 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah. It's an aspired look, like as in the kind of toned appearance.
Yeah.
Like as in, it goes along with the full thing of like not being too big and bulky. Yeah. Like as in, they want to have a bit of definition, but they also want to have clear, visible muscle tissue. So it is like an aspired look. However, like it starts to get a wee bit off when people talk about different training methods and different training styles to look a specific way in terms of like looking toned compared to looking big and muscly. Yeah. Like as in the funniest thing I think is when I get female clients especially come to me and they go, oh, I don't want to get too big and bulky. I'm like, listen. I have been trying to get big and bulky since I've been about 15, 16 years old. I'm nowhere near that. You have been training for like 6 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm someone who likes a muscular physique on a woman, albeit for me, I want to keep my femininity. But
Femininity?
But I have been trying to be muscular, and I've been training, and I've been eating my protein and taking my creatine for a solid 6 years now, and I still, to the naked eye, without a pump on, without being in the gym, don't look very muscular. I've got a bang average physique.
No, let's be nice. Guys, in the comments, tell Sky she looks really muscly.
No,
tell
but
us
I
looks
just mean,
muscly.
like, I have been trying my hardest to look a certain way for a very, very long time.
And you've done very well.
Thank you.
You've
But
done
like
very
walking down the street, you don't look at me and say, oh, that girl goes to the gym,
Yeah.
or that girl lifts weights.
Yeah.
Like, we don't
Aye,
have...
to the naked eye, it is a case of
we don't
you
have
don't
the
really
same
look like you.
testosterone as men as females. We don't have the same ability to be able to build muscle at the same rate that they do. So, no, we're not
They.
going to look them.
Yeah.
The other species.
No, you're not going to look manly. Again, like, we've both been trying, and you know, I think when they're talking about that as well, is they've probably seen like some sort of big massive roided woman. She's like, oh, I go to the gym,
Yeah.
and automatically they assume that's what they're going to look like. I'm like, if you look like that after a year of training, you're going to coach me.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
A lot of people as well, they'll say they want to get toned, so they'll go into a diet, they'll diet and they'll diet and they'll diet, and they'll get down to a place where you would maybe call skinny fat. So they're skinny, but they don't have any firmness. They don't have any of the muscle tone because they've never spent time actively building muscle. So then it's a bit of a head fuck, kind of taking yourself out of the mindset of diet, be smaller, because obviously we know that to build muscle, you can't be within a calorie deficit, really, for the most people.
Yeah. It's possible, but it's very, 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 very slow to be building muscle in a calorie deficit.
If you're newer, easier, baby gains.
Easier, newbie gains, exactly. But if you're in a calorie deficit, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's purely, I think, as well, massively down to the fact that as well, if you're in a deficit, you're in a deficit of energy. You don't have the energy to be going into the gym to progressive overload, which is obviously the format that you would use to be building muscle and gaining strength over a period of time. But to be fair, I think it's not what people are thinking when they say it, but the muscle tone thing, they want to look toned to an extent, does kind of also make sense. Just when you said that there made me think, because if you think about it, having like toned muscles compared to someone who doesn't have as much density in their muscles, there is a difference in appearance, and I actually think people probably are aspiring to look more like the one who does have a bit of muscle tone. But again, I know for a fact that's not what people are talking about when they say they want to look toned. However, to an extent, that statement's almost kind of true.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if I was a client coming to you and I asked you to get toned, what advice would you give to wrap things up here?
First off, I'd explain what we just spoke about.
Yep.
I would just because educate first.
If you can get someone and mould them as a beginner.
We've quoted the first episode quite a lot, to be fair. But yeah, no, educate them first, because at the end of the day, like, a coach is no use if they're constantly feeding them, you know, telling them what to do, but don't explain why. You know what I mean?
I love someone who asks questions.
Oh, so that, yeah, it's brilliant. I love being able to like kind of get into coach mode and be like, well, now you ask.
Yeah, like, what do you do at
and
the
start
weekend, babe? And
doing,
then
like,
I'll start aggressively.
doing the proper like neurological breakdown and talking about like anatomy and stuff like that. It's all interesting. But yeah, first explain the definition of tone, explain basically what we just spoke about there. Then obviously I'd speak about what the actual process would be to basically give them their toned, you know, acquired physique they're looking for, aka calorie deficit. First off, maybe build that little bit of muscle tissue if they're maybe not in a position where they have some already. So for example, if I'm getting a complete beginner female and they're coming to me saying, well, look toned, I say, right, well, this is your first ever time stepping in a gym. To look toned, if we strip away your body fat right now, there's going to be nothing underlying. And if we put yourself straight in a calorie deficit, there's going to be nothing there to appear or show to give you this look that you're achieving. So first off, it is a muscle building phase, basically to have it so that there is an underlying shape to their body, that again, so that when they strip away the body fat, they have what they're looking for. Then obviously off the back of that, we can then look at being in a deficit. And obviously
It's also very highly unlikely that you would have a client straight off the bat who would be comfortable enough to do that.
Yeah, it's hard, to be fair.
In an ideal world, that's what we would want, but most people don't join a coach to get put into a bulk.
Yeah, well, I don't really do, like, I think to me bulking is like going way over now. I think, like, obviously the term reverse dieting, you need to be on a diet first to come out of it, but I would take a bit more of like a reverse diet approach, like as in start maintenance and then gradually increase, but only gradually increase when you need to, like as in, for example, if there's maybe a plateau in their body weight, or they are noticing that their training is maybe, you know, decreasing in terms of...
Bulk's a very old school term.
Yeah, but
it's an off-season
at the end
and
of the day,
improvement season.
I would have it so that they understand that to be building muscle, they need to be progressing in the gym.
Yeah.
If they are a good client, they'll be feedbacking to me week in, week out in their check-in. If they notice that their trainings take a bit of a knock and it's becoming a harder task to be able to progressively overload and build muscle, then we're in a point where we need to gradually increase our food, give them more energy to be in a position to build said muscle. So it wouldn't be as much of like, they come to me and I go, right, we're hitting a fucking bulk. You're going to, you know, build hundreds of muscle, and then we're going to get you really fat, and then we're going to strip you away and you know, give you this toned look we're looking for. It would be a case of... Are you still listening?
Yeah, I'm just putting my hat on to wrap it up.
I'll do the same. It'd be a case of obviously making them understand they need to have said muscle first, then obviously putting them in a position where after we have spent a bit of time building muscle, getting a good relationship with our diet, with our training, consistency, stuff like that, then obviously off the back of that we can look at...
Sorry, my eye was just touching.
How, what were you thinking?
Nothing, I was just...
Oh, was it actually touching?
No, I was trying
I
to get
suppose
you
because it's
wrap it
4:59.
up.
Is that why? Sorry. But yeah, that's what I'd do.
Oh, that was great. That
Thoughts?
was a good explanation.
Thank you.
It's pretty long-winded. I don't mind listening to it. Would the average Joe like to listen to it? Maybe not.
True.
But that was just knowledge oozing out of you, straight out of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're both knowledge bombs.
Yeah.
Like, people don't expect it, but sometimes we're just like, boom, take that.
Yeah,
And they're like,
I
wow.
can be like yappa.
Yeah, we did get informative as feedback, to be fair, and I thought, thanks.
Did you? I just got, you're stunning. Getting on, let's wrap up episode number 2.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's the end of episode number 2.
Should we give them an idea of what's coming?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so you
let me
take
go.
it away.
I'm kidding, I'll pass it over in a
way
second.
too much. My vocal cords are...
But this is obviously the second and also the last episode of 2025. Insert sad face here.
Hey, we made it.
We made it. So yeah, the next time you guys will see us will be in January 2026, which is super exciting. So what kind of things are we planning on doing in the new year?
So, it's monthly episodes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts on that as well. We're new here.
Yeah, let us know. If you want weekly episodes, no.
Give us money.
We're probably going to run out of things to talk about, not going to lie. Like, already we're like scraping the
Speak
bottom of the
for
barrel. But what are we talking about? No, let us know what you think about having monthly episodes. Let us know about the length of the episodes as well, because that's something we're thinking of. But things we've got planned, next episode is going to be a Q&A. So
get your thinking caps on.
Yeah, closer. You've got plenty of time over the Christmas period to be sitting on your phone after you're at your Christmas dinner, brainstorming ideas or questions for the
Anything
pod.
you would like to know about us, anything you would like to know about our coaching services, any questions you've got about health, fitness, supplements, training in general.
We're open to funny questions as well.
Funny questions,
yeah. That'll give us a bit of a topic of conversation though.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to do a Q&A video. Then after that, we are going to be going, we're going to be going on to the approach of bringing a guest on. So as well, feel free to leave feedback on who you potentially like to see on the podcast.
It's got to be Ashley Lennox.
Obviously it'd be quite ideal if it could be someone, you know, involved in the fitness industry.
Yeah.
Because obviously that is kind of what the podcast's about as well, to an extent.
Or if you yourself watching feel like you would make a good guest, if you fit the vibe, if you've got something to offer, if you work in the industry yourself, then feel free
jump
to
in the hot
contact us to sit on this little bench right here.
Exactly. So it's going to be, next episode is Q&A, and then it's going to be a guest, and then we'll keep it at that for now.
It'll be my birthday after that. Birthday episode.
Birthday episodes. Yeah, we'll bring a cake in.
Yeah.
But yeah, monthly episodes. This is episode number 2.
2.
Yeah. I hope you all have a lovely Christmas and a happy New Year, because we won't see you till January.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone have a lovely Christmas. Go get hundreds of scran. Drink your booze. Enjoy yourself.
Body fat come and goes. Memories last forever.
Exactly. Go enjoy your Christmas. Spend some good time with your friends and family, and we'll catch up with you to give you some shame in the new year.